So, I wanted to talk about something that's been coming up a lot lately, and it's inner child work. This is such an important piece of our spiritual journey, and especially as we go through this collective ascension process. And so, as many of you know, we are all expanding our light right now. Okay. And the veil between our 3D earthly experience and the 5D realm of spirit is getting thinner. And this is exciting for sure, but it also comes with a need for balance, and that can feel uncomfortable at times. And so when we call in more light, we also have to acknowledge the shadows within us. And naturally, when we're calling in more light, the shadows are going to be surfaced, to be revealed. Okay. And what is the shadow? It's those unconscious parts that we've suppressed or denied over many years' time. And these shadows might not always be obvious, but they play a huge role in our relationship patterns, in what triggers us, and even in why we're not manifesting what we desire. Inner child work is one way that we can heal those shadows. Many of us carry an inner child, if not all, okay? And it's the part of us that holds our early experiences, needs, longings, joys, wounds, and fears. And when those needs weren't fully met in childhood, and for most of us, they weren't entirely, even with the best intentioned parents, okay? But that part of us often still lives inside, frozen in time, seeking comfort, validation, or protection. And so it's about revisiting those wounds and unmet needs from childhood that we've carried into our adulthood. And when those needs go unacknowledged, we become fragmented and unhealed. And so, at the heart of reparenting and healing the inner child is learning to become the loving, attuned, compassionate caregiver we may not have consistently had when we were young. But here's the good news: when we do this work, we begin to integrate all parts of ourselves. And that accelerates our shift into the higher frequency of 5D: peace, harmony, unity, and joy. So, what does this actually look like? While I am not a therapist, I've done a lot of my own inner child healing with spirit's guidance. And here are some practices that have worked for me. So, I want to share them with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So, one powerful framework to understand and heal this is called the Internal Family Systems, or IFS for short. And it was developed by Richard Schwartz. And so IFS teaches that we are not just one single self, but an internal family of parts, some of which are wounded inner children, okay? And others are protectors that manage, soothe, or avoid the pain of those wounds. And my dear friend and colleague, Gabrielle Bernstein, many of you know, I've been on her podcast, she's been on mine, and she will be on season 4 of Small Medium at Large, talking about her new book. It's called Self-Help. And this is the book that I used that introduced me to IFS and Richard Schwartz's work. And it was incredibly helpful. Okay. She has a way of articulating things in a way that really we can all wrap our minds around and digest. And so it was an awesome tool for me. And so if this resonates, maybe check out Self-Help. Another idea is to talk to yourself as a child. Okay. So just maybe use your childhood nickname, but tell yourself the words that you needed to hear back then. And just remind yourself that you are safe, you are loved, and you are enough. Meditation is another way to get in touch with our inner child. Visualization, and just with the intention of meeting your younger self and giving that, inner child you a big hug for reassurance. You can also write a letter to your younger self. I have done this and it's pretty powerful. So it's offering compassion and guidance to that, 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old self. Or, write as your younger self and let all just allow the fear and doubt and worry and need for approval. Just allow it to come up and out, to vent, right? To rise to the surface so that it can be released. And of course, you can always call on your team spirit and perhaps Archangel Michael to help you cut cords to, past trauma, fear, self-doubt, insecurity, and across all time and space. So ask your team spirit to help you to fully integrate your younger self with who you are now and to love and accept every version of yourself. And give thanks to those parts or versions for getting you here today. There are gifts in all of it, lessons for us as souls to heal and evolve. And remember, give yourself grace, okay? Grace and compassion. This isn't easy work, okay? We are in Earth School. And as we know, work isn't always easy or fun. It can feel really hard at times, sometimes even scary, but it's essential. And we can't have light without shadow, okay? And ignoring the inner child is a form of spiritual bypassing. And so when you nurture and love that child within you, you're naturally nurturing and loving yourself in the present moment. And when you do that, you open the door for more light, more alignment, and more joy. And this is the work that helps us step into our highest 5D timeline. And it starts with embracing all parts of who we are. So I'd love to hear from you. Have you done your inner child work? Let me know what's helped you on your journey. Okay. And I think we can all benefit by talking about it and sharing with each other. So share in the comments below. As always, wishing you brightest blessings and all love.